So logistics and teams, I think, is a really important aspect of organising and designing the TTX, and it was probably one of the critical elements of its success. From a logistical perspective and from a team perspective, we've got those people who are really fundamental to designing the actual TTX, working out what the learning objectives are, designing the actual themes and processes. But then it was important to work out who's actually going to participate, so the players that are involved, and making sure that we have the right people who will be making the decisions and involved in the actual actions when there is a terrorist attack or any kind of crisis. And part of that was having this senior involvement during the day. So that was really an important aspect. You have the buy-in, not only to make the day successful, but also because you really need to have the follow-up afterwards. You need to make sure that after this day, you have the senior level buy-in to carry out further actions which will result in change from all the learning you achieved. Another important aspect for us was the facilitators that were involved. So we had, I think when you think of the experts that were involved overall for the whole delivery of the training, we had people who really knew about training. We had people who are experts in the IT, in the media concepts and the engagement processes. We had the subcontractor for that. But we had people who also knew about the policing world and were, many, many years, decades of experience in responding to terrorist attacks and to crisis situations. And then we had those people who were experts in working with victims and within the victims area. And it was this combination that allowed us to not only then design the TTX in the way that we've put it together, but also in the delivery and running of that TTX, we were able to have facilitators who had the knowledge of the policing world so that they could help the players to keep on track, to ask them the right questions so that they kept going, but had the skill set that they didn't take over or give information unnecessarily. And then we had the NGOs and the victim experts as facilitators working with them to help ensure that that victim perspective was also maintained. And overall, what this means is that you should never underestimate the logistical implications of organising even an online TTX. It still requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of engagement from the police services which are going to run the TTX or going to benefit from that TTX. They really need to have a full commitment to the organisation, to determining the learning objectives and to the final delivery. And you need to make sure that you have the right IT platforms to be able to run that TTX effectively, especially as normally you would probably hold that TTX as we did as a hybrid event. You've got both people online and live within a room. So that combination of logistics is really important and has to be planned in from the outset.